50 Cent is dropping bombshell revelations about Diddy, and he is making sure his biggest rival is not getting any break from all the controversy surrounding his alleged fishy businesses.
Any beefs going on right now that we need to jump on?
I'm not paying attention to none of them. Oh, no more puppy juice. No more puppy juice.
The way he moves smart, right? And Jay's a married man. Jay be chillin', Jay be staying out the way, so...
And now rumor has it that another big name in the industry is being exposed for allegedly keeping his mouth shut, despite knowing all the shady business Puffy has been involved in all these years. You see, Jay-Z's name has been floating around the internet now, and if you have been following the latest updates, you'll know that he has a very close relationship with Diddy. So close that fans are wondering why he hasn't spoken since Cassie decided to drop her bombshell lawsuit and set a raging fire that Diddy seemingly cannot put off. But this is only the tip of the iceberg, because 50 is not letting this chance go to waste and decided to spill the tea about Diddy and Jay-Z. And yes, he came prepared with evidence that might take Diddy down. So why is Jay-Z keeping a tight lip? Let's find out. Ever since Diddy and Jay-Z started hanging out, they've been giving each other nothing but high praise, which is why it's almost impossible not to assume that they are very good friends, like BFF level of connection. However, things changed after Puff started facing legal issues one after the other, and while everyone was expecting Jay-Z to be very vocal and supportive of his friend during these tough times, Jay never uttered a word about it.
Still, after the controversy surrounding Diddy started, Jay-Z has been reported to be avoiding taking responsibility forever.
Like, never. As expected, people were confused and were asking questions as to what happened because, let's be honest, this is not like something you would do, especially if someone very close to you is possibly getting jail time, right? It even got to the point where there are rumors that Jay canceled his annual Roc Nation brunch to avoid explaining anything about Diddy, since the latter is always present. Imagine suddenly not inviting someone who had always been around during the event. It'll be very suspicious, not to mention how desperately the media would ask him questions. This is why fans believe Jay-Z is trying his hardest not to be associated with Diddy anymore. But why is that? It's probably not a random situation, right? Because the timing is implying something else. And if you consider Jay's possible involvement in this entire mess, I think we can all agree that he might be at most trying to wash his hands and come out clean to avoid taking the fall with Diddy. Okay, that's not something a good friend should do. But guess what? 50 Cent entered the picture and is dropping cryptic hints about the matter. Let's just say he's not actually being subtle about it, and he had been doing this for years, so you better believe that he came prepared with the evidence. And now that Jay-Z is part of the bigger picture, he is starting to troll the others as well. However, there are still people who believe that 50 is dragging Jay just because he was being petty about the beef they had back in the days. But guys, there are multiple insiders who would vouch this is a classic case of like-minded people doing shady business together and getting busted in the end. But there are also other glaring red flags that we need to consider, especially since 50 had been pointing these out for quite some time now. I mean, do I even have to mention how Jay-Z is really good friends with none other than R. Kelly? Yep, the same R. Kelly would be accused of taking advantage of Aaliyah. I mean, picking one friend who is sus from the very beginning, but still hanging out with the same guy after knowing what he allegedly did to an innocent person is another. Even Damon Dash, who dated Aaliyah back then, can't fathom how Jay still has the guts to make records and collab with R. Kelly after knowing what he did to the singer. And then Jaguar Wright joined the chat. And we all know that whenever she starts talking, more tea is about to be spilled, and based on her track record, she is not playing around with her revelations. So now that Jay-Z's longtime pal is facing his downfall, it's only natural that folks are understandably curious about how much Jay-Z knew about Diddy's double life and his horrible deeds. Because, let's be honest, it's impossible he never knew about this entire fiasco, right? he ain't fooling anyone. And as you all are aware, the authorities raided Diddy's 2 houses in Miami and Los Angeles earlier this week, reportedly seizing boxes and bags full of evidence. The news made headlines after it was reported, and Diddy and his lawyers shared a statement about what happened. Diddy's team condemned the move and even called it a witch hunt. In the statement, shared by Diddy's lawyer, Aaron Dyer said, "Yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military-level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residence. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities, or the way his children and employees were treated." Fox 11 in Los Angeles recorded video footage of 2 persons being momentarily shackled outside the home. The 2 individuals were eventually recognized as the hip-hop mogul sons, Justin and Christian King Combs, according to Fox 11. The lawyer also addressed an encounter between Diddy and officials at a Miami area airport last Monday afternoon. The 54-year-old was photographed pacing outside of Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport, accompanied by family members after federal investigators stopped him and took a number of electronic devices from him. On top of that, Dyer called out law enforcement's actions, saying that this can lead to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. Lastly, Diddy's legal team emphasized that there has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. I understand the attorney is only carrying out his duties, but it seems ludicrous to refer to this as a witch hunt. Diddy's houses were the target of 2 well-planned and exact raids on both coasts. And as you are aware, cops won't attack someone in this manner unless they have solid ground. They must have been keeping a close eye on Diddy for a long time and enough evidence to provide the judge if they could even obtain a search warrant for not 1, but 2 homes. In addition, the fact that Homeland Security, not the FBI or the DEA, searched Diddy's residences indicates that this is a serious matter. There is a huge mess and substantial proof behind this, since Homeland Security doesn't just raid homes. But speaking of proof, there are now some unverified rumors circulating that Diddy's well-known business buddies, including Jay-Z, may be questioned over this said evidence. And guess what? 50 Cent appears to have some thoughts about this as well. The day following the raids on Diddy's residences, 50 took to Instagram to post this picture of Jay-Z on a milk carton, suggesting that Jay's disappearance after the Diddy Showdown incident was odd. 50 captioned the photo, "Anybody seen Jay? LOL. Puff said he ain't answering his phone, LOL." However, 50 wasn't over. Later, he returned to Instagram to provide another picture of Jay-Z waving, captioning it, "Here is Jay, last reported seeing waving at Puffy Jet, LOL." However, 50 is not the only one who seems to be suggesting that Jay-Z was a part of Diddy's purported illegal doings. An ex-user stated, "Diddy is just the tip of the iceberg for the sex trafficking and money laundering schemes by the elites. Jay is next. Just watch and grab your Bibles because it's about to get biblical." Then, someone else said, "Jay-Z got multiple projects with R. Kelly and is good friends with Diddy. Where there's smoke, there's always fire." However, as you are fully aware, the Beehive is exerting extra effort to divert attention from this discussion, and they are currently shaming 50 for purportedly being envious of Jay-Z. However, as you can see, there's really no need to associate Jay-Z and Beyonce with bad individuals. I mean, there are tons of images of the Carters at Diddy's parties and other industry events. For example, during a 2004 CFDA Fashion Awards, Queen Bee posed with Diddy's famed lover Farnsworth Bentley. And then there's Diddy at the same event, speaking to Beyonce with his hand on her upper back, seeming all warm and friendly. But it doesn't end there. Diddy was reportedly close to Mama Tina. And don't even get me started with how close Diddy and Jay-Z are, especially after we heard it from Diddy's mouth when he revealed how only 2 people are permitted to call him by his real name, his mother Janice and Jay-Z. Okay, now tell me that's not something only BFFs would do. As for Jay, he openly applauded Diddy and very vocally congratulated Puff when BET awarded Diddy the Lifetime Achievement Award. Jay even recorded a message for Diddy, telling him how Diddy taught him not to take no for an answer in the boardroom and laid the groundwork for aspiring music moguls.
Puff was the first one that came through and made us feel like, it was us. was ghetto fabulous.
And now, he's being uncharacteristically silent after everyone is going after Diddy's empire. Surely something happened behind closed doors that resulted in this kind of no reaction from him after all these years of being very public about his close relationship with Diddy. And now, 50 Cent and people on the internet are wondering what's next. Is Jay trying to detach himself from Diddy because he knows his career is in shambles? Or is he desperately hiding his own shady business to avoid getting dragged down? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments and see you in the next video.